Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, which means it's another episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I am, as always, your DM, Heath, aka the Direbeard GM. Let's see. What's happened the last week? Not too terrible much, honestly. Mostly prepping for school. This weekend, however, is Gen Con. That is right. Wednesday evening, Thursday truly, through Sunday in Indianapolis, the city grows in population by like 10 to 20,000 or something crazy like that. And we are not going to be there this year, unfortunately. Um, their school systems where I live start tomorrow, and I could not be in Indianapolis the same week that school starts. That would be rather crappy of me. So being a good dad, always important, and comes first. So I will not be at Gen Con, sad to say. However, please, if you are going out there, make sure to say hi to our friend Fun Conscious. Steve is out there. And as well as some other folks, look for the Baldwin Games folk and say hello to them. They will be in the grand ballroom in the hotel across from like diagonal from the actual center. It's you can't miss it. Just ask somebody, "Hey, where's Baldwin Games doing the Adventurers League stuff?" and you'll find it. Um, in the meantime, don't forget to look out for Spelljammer, which is coming out next or this month now. It's August, and today is the first day of the celebration of my wife's birthday month. She turns a certain age on the 24th, and I spend every day up until the 24th just singing her praises. So that's all we have as far as announcements go. Let's dive in. So, to this week's episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So,
Hello.
Hey.
when last we left off, you guys completed the three tasks for Bavlorna, and she said, "Okay, I'll give you what you've lost," because she agreed to help you, or at least consider helping you. And she said, "All you need to do is go into Thither, go to my sister's place, and steal her portrait. Bring that back to me in 8 days, and I'll give you what you lost." That's it. All of you agreed, and she gave you a balloon, and you took off towards Thither, crossing the mountains and finding yourself lighting down into this beautiful terrain. The mist parted, they were revealing a primeval forest. You had this fragrant breeze that wafted between enormous trees, sending motes of pollen dancing into the air. Patches of sunlight kissed the forest floor, and the sweet melody of birdsong echoes all around. As you land, your guide here is a funny little fellow by the name of Clapperclaw. He looks around and kind of bobs his gored head up and down. And he says, I know how to get there. I know where we need to go first. He waves one of his enormous claws and says, "Follow me." And he starts to guide you along. You start plodding through the forest. It's not a difficult traversal. The roots are rising and falling, and sometimes you have to clamber over one, but it's not difficult. And as you go along, you notice things here and there about the forest. And one of the things that you see is a wanted poster. Let's have let's have Sir Otheon, or not Sir Otheon, Sir Hickory Turnip. Sorry,
Sir Hickory Turnip. Yes.
Sir Hickory Turnip. Roll a d8 for me, please.
D8, I understand.
D8.
I have rolled a 7.
Excellent. As you look at this wanted poster, you get closer and inspect it. The wanted poster is the image of a young boy or young child. It says across the top of it, "Wanted, Will of the Feywild." It's a portrait of a boy drawn in ink, above which are following words in Elvish script. I take it someone in here reads Elvish, correct?
I've got Sylvan.
I've got Elvish.
Okay. You quickly translate it to "Wanted, Will of the Feywild." And beneath it, the picture you see, and then, excuse me, you see that there is a description beneath it. And it says, "How dare this ragamuffin defy me? Bring him to me alive and unharmed, and I'll grant you a loyal servant."
Uh, uh, He'll grant us a servant?
That's what it says. Bring him alive, and you'll be granted a loyal servant. Fanny,
Mhm.
as you are clumping along, roll a d8 for me, please.
Mhm. A 7.
Okay. Clumping along, excuse me, you find yourselves. Sorry. Whoop, scroll too far. As you're clumping along through the woods, Clapperclaw, who is not very good at maintaining any sort of stealth, he's just sort of pushing things out of the way as you guys clamber over roots and things like that. You find a trail ahead of you. On the trail sits a dilapidated elven chariot. Attached to the chariot via yoke that seems huge compared to those you've seen for horses is an owlbear. The trail here that you're looking at couldn't be large enough really to occupy this. You don't see a rider, and the chariot that it's yoked to seems, like I said, beaten up, dilapidated. The owlbear is sitting on the ground, its forepaws crossed, its head resting on it.
It seems that Do you see that? Does everyone see this?
I sure do.
Okay.
Oh,
whew.
yeah.
Okay.
What is that thing?
So big.
I believe it's called an owl bear.
Oh,
Oh,
owl bear.
Very strong. So I would be careful. Is any? You said there's a chariot. Is there anybody on the chariot?
Nope, nobody that you see.
I'm gonna go over and take a look at it.
Okay. I will give you guys some artwork. There you go. Please look in your journal and you can see the chariot and the owlbear.
oh.
I say it's yoked to
Yoked. Mhm,
yoked to it.
correct.
Turnip will probably kind of go over to it and be like, "Hello there, little guy. How you doing?"
It
And
Little.
rises up to its haunches and like looks at you and sniffs.
I looking around for like footprints.
Give me a survival check. Um,
I-
Sir Hickory Turnip, as it stares at
Mhm.
you watch as it leans its face down
Mm.
close to you. You don't think that it's inspecting you to identify what you are so much as it's identifying if you're good to eat. Give me an animal handling check, please.
I was just gonna try that. That's an 8.
Okay. Do you have anything in your repertoire, inventory, or anything else that you can add to that at all?
Well, he probably just like he approached the slug thing back in the time. He probably would have pulled. This thing looks like a predator. He probably would have pulled like a hunk of meat out of his cooking pack and offered it up to him.
I'll let you roll that with advantage since you're
Oh,
offering food.
dang it! Here you go. Hey, that's all. It's all pre-spiced already for you, there, buddy.
The owlbear growls and screeches at you as though it means to attack. Does anybody else want to try to calm it?
I think it likes me.
For
Sure.
dinner.
Am
Roll
I familiar with owlbears at all?
I mean, you know what an owlbear is.
Okay. I'll walk up
Family
with
as
like.
it is. Go ahead.
Yep. I'll walk up and try and calm it down.
Animal handling check.
You got it. Hey there, bud. We're not food. Uh, let's see. 12 plus 3 for 15.
As you are, as it's eyeing Sir Hickory Turnip as its next meal, you kind of sidle up and chirp at it, and the soothing sound of your voice seems to calm it down. As you're looking at her across the front of the yoke on the harness, you can see an emblem. It looks like the branch of a plant, and as you look at it, you recognize it. It's a juniper plant, like a limb or branch from a juniper bush.
Hmm. There seems to be a juniper branch on its yoke.
As you say the word juniper, it like tilts its head left.
Oh.
Oh, is your name Juniper?
It coos and like It's a cross between a bear snuffle and like an owl's hoot. Um, somebody give me another survival check, please. Or actually, make it a nature check. For your survival check on tracks, you don't see anything other than the owlbear and the treads from the chariot.
Okay.
I am engrossed in the owl bear. That was real low for Noodle.
What about the banner on the back?
You're not familiar with it. Um, give me an investigation check actually on the chariot itself. Okay,
He rolled 16.
excellent. Looking over this chariot, you something really jammed this thing up. And it looks like something with huge claws scratched this thing up. That whoever was in the seat, it looks like they were snatched by something big.
Oh. Oh wow. Can Jay tell if it looks bigger than the owl bear?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Oh guys, it whatever came through here was really big.
How big?
Bigger than our friend here. Check out these marks on the carriage.
Yeah. Okay. What we got here? Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Do we have any idea what it could be? Is it? I mean, the drivers are gone. Does our owlbear look injured?
Nope.
Looks like it probably ran away, and maybe the riders, well, they just didn't make it on the way. Probably snatched up, or they fell off. Nothing
The
on the carts, right? Nothing up there.
no.
Mm,
Oof.
we just can't have her locked this thing. I don't know how to drive an owlbear, especially not this model of chariot.
You
Well,
never got
I
your
ride
two-wheel
around on
chariot.
Percival all the time. I'm sure I can figure it out.
You possibly could.
I wonder
So
if she would
hurry.
take us to where Juniper is.
Oh.
Wait, Juniper's right here.
The bear's Juniper?
Yeah, I think the owlbear's Juniper.
Oh.
I mean, the way it kind of went, ooh, cuckoo.
How did that go again? I just want to hear it one more time.
Ooh, cuckoo. Ew.
Perfect. Exactly how it sounded.
Yep, that's an owl.
Well,
That
if
is
their
an owl
name
indeed.
is Juniper, maybe they can take us to their handler?
That would make
Okay.
sense. I mean,
Like a hound? Like tracking the scent? Ooh.
Did someone give me a nature check?
Uh,
I rolled one, but it was a total of 2.
Ooh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Try.
I can help out with a nature check.
15.
Okay. With help, you can roll with advantage. I dig it.
Oh, the 15.
Okay. Owlbears are notorious for being the baddest mother in the block. This one ran from something. You're not sure what, but if it's something that makes an owlbear go whoop the fuck out, something about it tells you that your best bet would probably not be to track it down. Not to mention you don't know how far it ran or even if it will remember. You do know one other thing too. Owlbears require a lot of food.
Oh,
Nah, I
good
don't
thing we're
mean
in a
like
forest.
a lot of food. I mean a lot of food. By your approximation, given this size of this owlbear and what you know about their entomology, you would say about 8 pounds of meat per day.
I don't know if we want to adopt this big lady.
Why ever
Well,
not? I mean, look at her. She's fabulous. Can I
we
attempt
should.
to
That's why
pet?
she must be released into the world. Because for us little folk, we look like yummy snacks. Let me tell you, these guys, you turn your back and they swoop you up. You must show no weakness. All the
As
time, all the
I'm
time.
standing there, like full body into the fur, scritching this owlbear.
Just you've lost yourself in the fur somewhere.
Gotta have good owl bear survival skills. I say we release her.
All right. So
That's my
your ally says you should release her. What say you, party?
I agree. I don't like having something hanging around that may or may not eat us at some point. The uncertainty.
Well, if she's tethered to this chariot, it'll make it hard to eat. At
You
least
think so?
if we let her go, she can do her thing.
Which might be eat us.
She seems all right. Scritchy, 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 scritchy.
Hey, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think I'm still on the mind that we should keep her.
She is like fully leaning into the scritches. Like she's got her neck fully extended, like enjoying every second of it.
well. If we're going to keep the owl bear, then you're gonna have to keep up with the meals and make sure it's potty trained and it doesn't get on everybody's lap.
Aren't you a ferocious apex predator? Yes, you are.
I mean, I do have to give it. It is very cute. She's a cutie, but I need my beauty sleep, and I don't want to sleep with one eye open. I can, and it's not pretty when I don't get my sleep.
I've got no problem helping look after her. What do you say, Noodle?
Well, it would be up to her. We can get her out of the carriage situation, and if she hangs out with us, I mean, they do eat a lot. But if she wants to go do her own thing, that should be up to her.
Well, I think she's pretty stuck here as it is. Well, I think we
All-
should adopt her.
All for getting her out of the chariot, at least. Yay? Nay?
Oh, yay.
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 Yeah.
Let's get you out of here. I'm gonna start unbuckling the yoke.
She does not seem to resist you undoing the harness and the yoke, freeing her from the chariot. The chariot looks like it could carry two medium-sized creatures in their gear. And it looks like, maybe one or two could ride on her back. But you gonna release her?
That seems to be the consensus.
All right. As you unbuckle the last of the harness, she just kind of looks at you, tipping her head left to right.
You're
She
free
doesn't
to
tell you what
follow
you
us
want.
if you like, or you can be free. And I'll gesture towards the woods.
You gesture towards the woods, and she looks in that direction, but it doesn't seem to register.
Is this a good time to mention that I have speed with animals?
Perfect.
The perfect
mean-
time.
The rest of the party may want to know.
I used to understand them, but not so much these days.
Maybe if we reenact going into the wild, maybe you should understand.
Like
Well,
into the woods.
Show us how it's done, Fanny.
Hey, charades.
Into the
Um.
woods. Into the woods and out of the woods.
Hey,
The heck? Come to this house we go.
While they're kind of charading, can I cast speak with animals?
You most certainly can.
Oh my goodness. Just want to make sure. Not here to perceive, but oh, I didn't mean to delete it. Oh, I meant to click it, and of course I hit delete instead. That was so stupid. I'll just I'm not looking to ask a favor. I'm looking just to see if she would like to stay with us or if she would like to go.
Okay. So you finish casting the spell. Uh, the I'm going to allow it to work. I know speak with animals is yada yada. I'm going to let it work because I like the flavor of it. All right. So you finish casting the spell, and there's a momentary pause, and the owlbear looks at you and says, "Well, I thought I'd be left to my own devices there. I was a bit lost there. Something evil big came out of the woods, and next thing you know, it took my rider there, and I got lost. I ran away because it was huge and utterly terrifying. And then you folks came along. So which one of you are gonna let me eat them first? Am I supposed to eat you or not? I don't know. I'm hungry. You got any food there on you, friend?
I'll double check my pack really quickly. Any of my rations that I could give to the owl bear, I will.
Okay. It's one of those things like where you open a treat up in front of a dog, and it's like you're just trying to give them one,
Yeah.
but then it's like they just start rooting around and taking more. Like you just open up the rations, and instead of getting the one out of your hand, she just buries her face in the ration thing. Um, oh yeah, that's really good there. Oh, I was so hungry. You're a really good person there, don't you know? So, um, did you run away from a really terrifying thing that came out of the sky and snatched up your driver too?
No, I didn't realize that what came at you was flying.
Oh yeah, it came right out of the sky, huge, huge wings like a bat, but only not. And I'm riding along, la di da. The next thing you know, this thing whoosh came out the sky, rocked the chariot, sent me flying and tumbling. I righted myself though because I'm an excellent chariot driver. I'm excellent at it. Anyways, I look back and whoop, my rider was gone, and that's terrifying in and of itself. Because then what am I supposed to do? I mean, while I'm an excellent chariot driver, I need somebody to kind of guide me on where I'm supposed to go. Otherwise, I'm just gonna run hither and thither, just crazy all about.
Completely understand. Do you remember where you were going?
Let's see. Let's see. I was and everybody else just hears and then
Woohoo!
but then you see her head turning left and right as she's um
I'm standing there enraptured.
like big heart eyes. Um I really hate to tell you there, friend. I don't really know which direction I came from there. Sorry about that. How do you say it? I was feather shittingly terrified, and I just ran.
That's it's quite all right.
I mean, it's kind of embarrassing when you think about it. Here I am, apex predator of the forest, terrified out of my feathers.
That's
I
all right.
swear, it's like a second molting all of a sudden there.
It's all right. It can stay just between us. It's not like anybody's going to know. If anything, you thought you were saving your rider without realizing that we're
There
already
you
gone.
go. I was terrified, absolutely, and I did the only thing a good owlbear should do, and I took off in the opposite direction of something what would be larger than me. And whoop-de-doo, there goes my driver, and you'll never tell anybody. So,
Of course.
and she gets a look in her eye, and she like leans over menacingly. You right? You'll never tell a soul.
Of
You
course I won't. And
understand?
I'll like reach up and just kind of scratch underneath her chin as she gets
Oh,
closer.
oh, you're tricksy. Oh, see, I was okay, and then you started to oh. All of you watch as her paws, just like her back paws, just thumping in the ground. Yeah, you're a good one. I won't eat you.
I mean, I'd quite like
Definitely not gonna eat the little stringy one too. Look at him. He's like a little string bee with fur.
well,
I'm
I'd very much
intently staring at the conversation, nodding along, just like enjoying the interaction between the two. I don't know what's being said, but I'm enjoying it.
I'd very much if you didn't eat any of my friends. But I mean, we have to go. I'm not too sure where we're going. Well, what path we're taking right now, I guess. But we untied you because we didn't want you to stay attached to the chariot.
Oh,
You're,
oh, okay. So you're leaving? Right.
do you want to come with us?
I don't want to be any trouble there, and
I'd absolutely love if you joined us. I don't see a
Okay, that
problem
would
with
be
it.
great because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'm still a little terrified of whatever that was coming back, and then if it carried my rider off, I mean, it could probably carry me off in its winged fang things. And to be perfectly honest with you, I still like being alone. Don't ever tell anybody,
I
otherwise
will,
I'll eat you.
of course, of course. Well,
Yeah.
if it's quite all right, how would you feel about Reese, I guess, saddling up and we could take the chariot with us? There is quite a bit of us.
Um, I'm sure I could take a couple of you there alongside with me, but I mean, I'm really strong, but there's a lot of you, and a goat. Oh, tasty goats. Tasty goat.
No, don't look at the goat. That is
Hey,
also
hey,
my
Goat.
friend.
Hey, Willerin,
Don't eat the goat.
what's their name?
I'm pretty sure we figured out Juniper, right?
Just checking because
Yeah.
it was the emblem.
The name is Juniper, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. It's
That'll work, or do you have a name you prefer?
nah. Juniper's works. That's a good name. I likes it.
Well, as long as you like it. Perfect. Well, why don't we? How about this? We'll travel alongside you. We
Hmm.
won't. We won't reattach you, so that way, if you get hungry and want to go off, you can go try and do some hunting, and then we can still be on the path, and you could rejoin us. Or
Yeah,
I'm sure some of us could.
I don't want to be any trouble there in the traversal part there. If you're
No.
not gonna slow you down, I move pretty quick for being my size. I must say so myself. But yeah. I'll stay untethered. In that case, if I need to, make a hasty getaway from a thing with big wings, I won't
And
be
you will be too.
by that thing, right? Exactly. See, you're a smart one. I like you. What's your name again?
Willerin.
Okay, Willerin. Are you the leader?
Um,
You seem like the smartest one of the bunch. You're the only one that can talk to me, so I'm gonna assume you're the leader.
I mean, okay.
Okay. Good talk. Good thing that you listened to me. You're the leader. All right, so where are we going now?
I guess we're going off. All right. Everybody, Juniper here is going to join us. Um, they're not going to stay tethered though. So we're going to leave the chariot behind.
Okay.
Well, fair enough.
I've
I don't think Percival could haul it anyway.
I have I have asked her not to eat us, so hopefully she'll stick true to her word. And I'll give her like another little scratch under the chin. Um, but for now, we can continue on.
All right. So, party. Clapperclaw continues to guide you through the forest, walking your way as you are being not stalked, but you have this owlbear off in the distance, kind of walking along with you. Um, and as you're traveling along, words are hard, man. You come down to this little plateau, and then the ground opens up, like the forest just disappears a little bit away from you, and you can see that there is a uh, cave entrance down here in the south. You guys see that?
Yes.
Hmm.
Excellent. Now, cozy torchlight radiates from this cave in the wooded hillside. 20 feet from the cave is a tree with a weathered sheet of parchment nailed to its trunk. It's another one of those wanted posters. This time we're gonna have. Let's have Noodle roll me a d8, please.
You got it. That is a 1.
Okay. This one says, "This sorry wretch has stolen from me. Deliver him to me alive and unharmed, and I'll give you back 10 years of your youth."
That's it?
Hmm?
10 is a lot.
For some, I guess. And for some, you youngins. So who's this Will of the wait, Will of the Worlds?
Will of the Feywild was the one
Will
on
of
the
the
last poster.
Yeah, what's on this one?
It's Will of the Feywild. Wanted Will of the Feywild.
Oh crap, Will. Does it say who's like who this person did wrong? Like who wants
They
Will?
they stole something.
Stole from who? Did it say to return? Once found, return to whom? Whomst?
You get an indication that it's whoever runs this section of the Feywild.
Oh.
Do I get the impression that Will of the Feywild is more of a statement of the Feywild than the name of the person?
No, you get it's an indication of this boy's name.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Wowee. What did a kid do to piss off a hag so much?
Easy.
I mean, it's really easy to get in trouble in the Fey if you break a deal or don't
Yep.
follow the 3 rules.
Yep. Yep.
So
Well,
you
that
see
means
two of them.
Will. That means Will of the Feywild is a nice guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because a lot of hags puts kind of lower tone and like puts a hand on one side of her mouth, like a secret. They kind of suck. Very, very like temperamental prima donnas. Oh boy.
So if you want to take the poster, you can. Otherwise, you can leave it there. But you do see the cave, and there's radiant or light radiating from it.
Proper Claw is it? Is this the secret hideout of the hag?
No, this is Go say hi. Nib knows a lot about this place.
All right. Rayu? Do we need to like have some sort of like gift or anything?
Clapperclaw
Or, like-
shrugs his shoulders.
I don't know. Nib
What?
knows a lot about it, though. You might want to say hi.
Well, if you're saying to go say hi, let's holler. Let's
Okay.
go. Go in. Unless others don't want to go in.
I'll come
Oh
with
no,
you.
I'm down.
Let's go.
Woo!
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So you're all heading towards the cave.
Yep.
Yep.
Sticks.
I,
I heard I.
I'm coming. Sorry, I was
Okay.
muted.
That's okay.
All
I'm
right.
in the middle of
So
eating chicken nuggets, so sometimes I'm like, ooh.
as you approach inside the cave, you see a wizened old man wearing a blindfold. He's sitting at a spinning wheel and is surrounded by piles and piles of gold. As he spins, he reaches down and grasps handfuls of coins, which transform at his touch into gleaming gold fibers.
Ooh.
Wow, that is quite a talent.
Huh? Who's
Sorry.
there?
Sorry. We didn't.
Oh, it's all right.
Um, we're a friend here, Clapperclaw,
Hmm.
has been showing us the way through Thither here. Just arrived. Yeah, it's quite a shabby little place here. Um, you must be Nib, right?
That I am, Nib. That's me.
And
And who are you there to come about?
it's nice to meet you. I'm Fanny.
Oh, Fanny, it's good to hear a voice here. Mostly I sit here and toil away, paying for my cruelty.
Your 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 cruelty?
Aye, my cruelty. There's I led a cruel and heartless existence. I earned all these riches and emotions to all the coin around him by exploiting my tenants' misery, buying up condemned property and renting it out for an exorbitant fee. Granny Nightshade is helping me to make amends. I told her I wanted to put my bad deeds behind me and my ill-gotten gains to good use. So she cursed me to dwell forever here in this cavern, spinning my gold into useful items for anyone who comes my way. Oh, you're here. I'll offer to craft you an item, Fanny. And you watch as they take the gold fiber, swiftly grabs a pair of knitting needles and starts to knit items together.
Ooh, oh, indeed. Oh, that's so sweet of you. You know, since since you know your way around weaving, why don't I also get out my yarn kit to make you something in return? Hmm? Would you like a
Oh,
scarf, a hat, some socks, a cardigan?
oh, it all sounds lovely. But first, what can I make for you?
Oh dear. Um, hmm. That's quite the question. Well, Niv, I'm an older lass. And no, very short. And so if you're making clothing, it's gonna have to be some of my size. But whatever you think is best.
Aye, so something to keep the weather off of you then. And you watch as he starts to and knit and work and quickly, almost as though it were like coming more from his mind to his hands out. He spins a cloak, a beautiful cloak. It retains its golden luster, but other than that, and you can see some gold filigree work in the parts of the cloak. But other than that, it is a beautiful cloak. He
Oh,
says, "Here you are, Fanny. This should keep you well protected from the world around you, in case something should try to harm you, or otherwise sort of try to nip at you." Fanny, I'm going to put this in your journal, If you'll go look in your journal now, you should see a new magic item that I put in there.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Wow, it's lovely, Nim.
Oh, you're quite welcome. It's a
Oh.
small token, some sort of way for me to make amends, and hopefully someday I'll be out of all this gold here.
What a lovely room.
Oh, that's
Just
three voices I've heard so far. Hello.
Just standing wide-eyed, staring at all of the glittering things in the space.
I'm knitting a cardigan with gusto.
Yep. Oh, well, hello, little friend. Is there something I can make for you?
I don't know. I like things.
Who doesn't?
Noodle likes shiny things.
Oh, and yet another voice joins in the chorus. Hello.
Hello there.
Who
But
might you be?
yes, you could call me
I'm
Noodle.
You
Go ahead,
said
Hickory.
what?
I'm Sir Hickory Turnip.
Oh, a knight true to his name. And what sort of item might you be looking for there, Sir Hickory Turnip?
Well, if you'd be so kind, I'd love to have some barding from my companion here. His name is Percival Cornbread. He is the bravest goat in all the land.
Oh, well. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can actually do that. It does have its limitations.
Fair enough.
But
Percival would always think of the goat first.
yes, but I think he can because barding is basically it's the whatever armor type can be purchased as
Oh
barding.
right, yeah, okay.
It's 4 times the equivalent of the armor made for humanoids.
Right, yeah, okay.
So that's okay because we can still look at um, the equipment tags. Let's say armor. Um, geez, cheesy Pete's. Um, he could make chainmail barding technically.
Well, if he's willing.
I mean, he absolutely is. Um, multiply 75 times 4 for me. Actually, he could do
300.
splint for him. Would you rather have the splint, which would be 17 armor class?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
Let me double check on the barding. Like, let me check the barding charts again. So that would be 800 gold. Okay, that's within the what he can do. What did I say? Splint? Yep. What is Percival's strength as a goat?
Let me just check.
Hmm.
Because he is just a plain old goat.
Yeah, because that will definitely come into play.
He's got a strength of 12.
All right, so we can't do chain or splint because it is too heavy. Let me check and see here.
What's his dexterity?
10.
Oh, okay, so
He is, alas,
womp
just a goat.
womp.
That's right.
We can do scale mail, which would give you an AC of 14.
Awesome. He is going to be a glinty goat.
All right,
This
so
is the peak D&D experience right here.
Yes.
he is. He grabs his knitting needles and gets to work. You watch as he creates this beautiful. What did I say? Scale mail. What did I say? Scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scale mail. Barding for your goat, and when it's all said and done, you watch as the piles of gold are slightly reduced. You can see just a little bit. All right. What about the rest of you?
I don't even know what I'd ask for. I don't know what all is out there. I like shiny things. I like stuff to put shiny things in.
Ooh.
I like to
Right.
swim. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You watch as he gathers up his knitting needles, and as he's been talking, you watch him like looking at, like tilting his head as though he's looking at you, but you can tell that he's not looking at you. He's like looking past you, and he says, "You sort of slush a little bit when you walk. You smell slightly of brew.
Would you like
Maybe
some?
no, but well, of course, reciprocity and all that. I would love a drink, but I've got something for you beforehand." And he starts to knit together, and it's not something he's sewing. He's not knitting you something. He's creating something unique and interesting. Just one moment. Add to your inventory an alchemy jug.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
what is
Okay.
that?
I know what that is. Oh boy.
Yo, you
For those
guys
of you
like
who don't
mayonnaise?
know,
Mayonnaise.
yeah,
I just want you to know one of the things you can
mayonnaise.
do with this item, because you can make a lot of it, I brought it up. You can produce 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
you can create. So here's the way it works. It's a ceramic jug that appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid and weighs 12 pounds, regardless if it's full or empty. Sloshing sounds can be heard from within the jug when it is shaken, even if the jug is empty. You can use an action and name one liquid from the table to cause the jug to produce the chosen liquid in the maximum amount. Afterwards, you can uncork the jug as an action and pour that liquid out up to 2 gallons per minute. The maximum amount of liquid the jug can produce depends on the liquid you've named. Once the jug starts producing a liquid, it can't produce a different one or more of one that has reached its maximum until the next dawn. So you say beer, and it will hold up to 4 gallons of beer. You can say acid, and it'll create 8 ounces of acid. You can say mayonnaise, and it will create 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
God, why would you want to do that? Ugh.
I could think of a lot of
Honestly,
reasons for another character to use that, but probably not Noodle.
I can think of a lot of reasons to use that for a lot of characters to make some really, really bad things happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Noodle ain't smart enough for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Anyways, you have an alchemy jug, and he takes your gourd from you, and he takes a long pull off of it and smacks his lips. That, my friend, is quite tasty. Well,
It
don't be
gets
shy. What about the rest of you there?
Hi, my name's Jay. I reach out my hand.
He doesn't take your hand.
That's okay.
Well, he's just like he's got a blindfold on, so he just can't see it.
Jay, he's it's just one of those like leaning down, like Jay, he's blind.
Oh,
I just see Jay pulling his hand backwards awkwardly, like, oh.
as awkward as can be.
He just like he doesn't know what to do with it now. He's just like rubbing it on his leg.
Exactly.
like he's got
Like,
something on it. He's like,
wiping the sweat on like on his
yeah,
shirt or something.
exactly.
Has a handprint there now.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Why am I so moist? It's so moist out here. Are you guys damp?
Him.
You get hot here.
it's very
Oh,
humid all of a
sweating. It's
sudden.
crazy. But just like right here. The rest of you are just looking at him like, no, we're comfortable. We're fine. What's wrong with you?
After Jay has his moment, he's gonna like kick off one of his shoes and he's gonna go, I could really use some new socks. Do you see these holes? And
Jay,
his socks are holes everywhere.
oh,
Fanny can make you some new socks.
If you
too.
needed socks, I could have made you a few pairs. I'd make those fuzzy ones. Some I can actually do the little toes, the individual toes. If you like those,
Can you really? Those are my favorite.
sure can. I'll have to measure your toes.
In the meantime, he looks down like he can see your feet and says, "You know, sometimes the perfect pair of footwear will make the difference in whether or not you need socks or how long they'll last." And he starts to knit carefully, pulling the thread through one hook and then hooking it through. You watch as he works diligently and quickly, and before you know it, a new pair of boots, beautifully adorned. They're greenish in color with green trim, gold branches, and they have a shimmer to them. And if you will look in your journal, sir, you will see your new boots listed in there.
Oh my
And the
goodness.
apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.
They're
Yep.
they're beautiful. They're perfect.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're quite welcome. It's a small price to pay for my crimes and the life that I led of cruelty. Is there any more of you? Is it just the few there?
well, there's two more of us, but I mean,
Well,
for myself, you keep offering things. What can I give you in return?
oh, I don't need anything in return. It's my gift to you to be able to provide for you. Um, your friend provided me something wonderful to drink. It was lovely. It really did hit the spot perfectly. Um,
Oh.
I don't really need much in the way. I'm here in my cave, perfectly fine to toil away the hours. Toiling away the hours.
How about a nice
Deserve.
meal?
Oh,
I mean, we could cooperate and make you a nice meal.
you can almost audibly hear the salivation as you mention the word food. He's like, "Ooh, oh, that's nice. That is. I've not had a good meal in some time. What sort of fixins are you thinking? Do you have
Well,
any duck? Oh, duck's my favorite.
maybe? Perhaps salted. I'm not sure. Let me check. And I'm going to go rummage around in my pack.
You sadly do not have any duck.
We could
Or
go hunting.
you could.
Yeah, if you want to fetch me some duck, I can start getting started on the other parts. Or Well, really, any kind of game fowl if you can find it.
Oh, that's lovely.
Do you like
But
taters?
do I like taters? Of course. Who doesn't?
Perfect.
Oh, you're gonna
Be
make me
here.
cry.
Also knitting up a storm here, making a cardigan. To 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 lessen some of the pile again. We do have another friend here. I look
Oh.
over the sticks. Eyebrows raised.
Don't be shy. Help an old man pay for his crimes. Pay off his debt to, I would say society, but I don't believe that's who it is at all. So, my shy friend quiet there in the background, what is it that I can make for you?
I just like toe at the ground for a moment while trying to decide on something.
It's like, what do you want for Christmas? Like, oh,
I would just like a scarf.
Just a scarf, you see?
I could have made that too. What?
Fanny's sitting here like, these kids are the worst.
They never
I'm
asked me for
grateful.
shit.
They never talked to me.
Surely we can do better than that. How about this? And
My granny title for nothing.
right? Just shitting on your game.
No.
More for these goddamn kids.
yeah.
Could Fanny knit like one of those like big scrunchies and I'll tie up my hair with it?
Oh,
Sure freaking can. Bet.
Perfect.
I didn't know you knitted. I'm sorry.
I cast spells with knitting needles.
yeah,
I
she literally
didn't.
casts spells with them.
You think I pay attention?
It's
That's
like,
fair.
That means we have to
That's fair.
constantly look down to see
Oh,
everything. I'm kidding.
dual wielding
Oh.
wands, you think? Oh my gosh. Watch
Getting
your
a kick in your
ankles.
neck? Is that what's happening?
Yes, we're gonna. You better watch your shins.
God.
They've each
A
got a hump
mouthful
on
of
the back.
Dr. Pepper. Jesus.
They've each got a hump on the back of their neck because they're so commonly looking down that just ruin their posture forever.
Honestly, if they wanted to keep secrets, they just have to stand normally, and just talk to each
Just
other.
don't look down.
just hide underneath them and just talk shit on people.
I do have a quick question for the DM.
Yeah. Yes.
How large is an alchemy jug?
Oh god, that's a great question.
Oh wow!
Like,
Yeah.
was I given a noodle-sized jug of interesting things, or
How much can it hold?
Hold on. I forgot.
some of the items, like salt water's 12 gallons?
Oh my god!
Well, that's remember the jug stays the same size.
Oh.
Yeah, the jug stays
It
the same.
holds-
It just says
it's
it's
a
12
gallon.
pounds.
And it holds a gallon. It looks like it appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid. It's
Okay.
even though
A
it weighs
milk
12
carton?
pounds, so it's like the size of a milk jug.
Yeah.
So it's a little bigger than my gourd.
hmm
Oh,
Okay.
noodle. You gotta use the muscles.
I am looking
What
for something.
muscles? Have you seen me?
Okay.
The same it isn't for nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find something that fits because you're like asking for a scarf, and I'm like, I got
Mhm.
nothing here. Damn you,
I'm not
non-greedy
sorry.
people! I love all of you for not being greedy.
Like, give me the things, but you're all like, no, no, no. I just want something simple.
I was gonna get a dress. It's like,
I mean, when
Or a
the time
hat.
comes to hopefully hunt something, I would like to try and help. I'm not going to be very good at it, but I'd like to help.
Mhm.
I'm showing
Throws
him the
mayonnaise frantically at
the
a
cloak.
monster. Go away!
No, you just make peanut
honestly,
butter.
that's repellent for me. Ugh.
Honestly, same. Ugh.
Just make peanut butter and then wish it had a peanut allergy.
Peanut butter's not on this list.
Okay, that's fair.
Unless you want to add it and give me a
Wait.
max amount I
These-
can make.
These gloves are uncommon. I mean, okay.
Which ones?
Ogre power. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Strong.
Strong. Let's see.
I bet
Get a bag of
Juniper's gonna
beans.
love this. I can make honey.
Ooh, excuse me. Oh, Wilbur, if I put my cloak on and the hoodie up, my hair points up, so it's kind of like a little canopy for you.
Full thought you were about to try putting that cloak on Wilbur.
Wilbur, put this cloak on.
It would fit because it's magic, so it resizes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
He has a tiny cape.
Yes! Grand
He
Wizard
has to-
Wilbur!
He
At
has to attune
last!
to it. Are you playing a ranger again?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, that's
Asshole.
I didn't mean it like what? No, it's not
Again.
that.
While we're calling out
I-
Fanny, let's spread the love.
Jeez.
Fire.
Ooh.
He wow, just okay. All right, I'm the asshole.
Just
I
the
just
energy
meant
in
like
this Chili's. I
I
can't
just-
believe it.
The energy is chill.
Oh,
the lion, the
Specifically,
witch,
the
the
parking
audacity
lot.
of this bitch.
Denny's parking lot. Ooh.
Oh,
I meant that in the best of ways because he creates for you a mantle that fits over your head and hides you. The cloak shifts in texture to blend with the terrain surrounding you. While wearing this cloak, you can use it as a spellcasting focus for your druid or ranger spells. While you're in an area that is lightly obscured, you can hide as a bonus action. It's called Nature's Mantle.
Mm.
Ooh.
You can find it in D&D Beyond.
Oh yeah.
a scarf of
Bite
sorts.
into it like a dog. My new toy. Oh, thank you.
All right. So, is that everybody?
Um,
Willowrin, what
No.
did we ever make for you?
nothing yet.
Get your shit together, kid. What do you want? A pair of socks too?
No. I guess
No.
if I guess if everybody's I mean I don't know how much it would take. It's just small, maybe a gold ring of sorts. All my jewelry that I have like for on Willerin is gold already, so it would match the aesthetic, I guess.
Okay.
Ooh, Willowrin, he's dripping.
Just a couple nose rings and like earrings,
That's so hip.
or I don't know, like a band for one of my horns. I forgot I'm
Mhm.
wearing gloves, so
We'd know we're at hip height.
I mean my hands are down by my sides sometimes. Oh, that's true. Well, no, I've sat down in front of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the goo? Remember all my blisters?
Remember the goo?
Remember the goo?
Yeah, I sat
You
down.
can't be saying shit like that out loud. People. All right.
Put that shit on a shirt.
I remember fondly the
Remember
goo.
the goo?
Never forget the goo.
Never forget the goo. Wild Beyond the Witchlight 2022.
God.
No.
Oh man.
All right. He does craft for you a ring.
Oh,
Oh my god.
it's beautiful.
As you turn it over, you feel warm. Not like you're like it's warm to the touch, but like you feel a warmth over you. As you look through your inventory or look through the DMs or not the DMs guide, but the D&D Beyond, add the Ring of Warmth to your inventory.
Okay.
All right. Is that everyone?
Unless Juniper wants something, I think so.
Okay.
Look at that
Juniper does not
Juniper.
seem interested in anything that he can make. As you guys are watching work all of this gold, spinning it into items, you notice that behind him, certain apparitions take various forms. You see like a grubby child peering over his shoulder. You see a gaunt coachman looming in the shadows at the back of the cave. A long-faced woman dabbing at her tears with a handkerchief, and a rail-thin waif wearing an eye patch that clings to her. But quick as a candle's flicker, one apparition vanishes and another appears, and they seem to be cycling through there, just all around him as he works on these things.
So we all see this?
Yes, everybody in the cave, because I don't think anybody has below an 11 on passive perception, right?
No,
I don't think so.
I'm the lowest, and it's a 12.
Okay. Yes, everybody in the cave sees this happening.
Oh.
Now, if I saw that, I'd probably use my divine sense just to get a sense of these things.
It's not undead. It's something else.
Okay. Celestial or fiend also turn up.
None of those.
Understood. So, sir, I notice you have some apparitions about.
Oh, I'm haunted by my own words. As long as my ill-gotten gains were put to good use and bad deeds would remain behind me. You're beholding the restless apparitions of those I hurt. They lurk behind my back, tormenting me with pokes at my ribs and whisperings in my ear. Oh, I can't bear to look him in the eye, not after what I did to him.
Now,
That's why I put this.
did you volunteer for this fate? I mean, I know you were cursed to it, but did the curse come first or the repentance?
I wanted to repent my ways, and I think the curse sort of came along with it, as I'm trying to make amends.
Well, if I may say, sir, it takes a rare person to stand by their actions and actually change themselves. It's
I'll find no peace.
a right honorable thing to do.
I appreciate your kind words. I'll find no peace until I've gotten all my gains gone again. So,
But you deserve it. That's the big thing. You deserve it.
sometimes I really don't feel that at all.
Sometimes I feel like this feat might run on forever.
Looks like you're whittling it down pretty well.
Slowly but surely, as long as people come and visit me, then of course I can, but sometimes there's a lot of time between when people visit and when they don't.
All right. Well, if we meet anyone, I'll do my best to pass on that they should come and visit you.
Oh, that would be greatly appreciated. It would. Oh, where are you heading off to? What brings you all the way out here to Thither? Into my cave?
Well, we were sent to find something. What was it we were supposed to find again?
We're supposed to go to Loom Lurch.
Oh, what in the world would you be wanting to go to Loomlurch for?
Eh, duty calls, tied down, time, and whatnot.
So, you made a deal then, did you?
It seems that way.
More's the pity for you. Sorry to hear that's happened to you. What is it that you said you'd get in return?
Some of my friends are missing something important to them, I think. Some don't really know. And this is a quest to get that back. That what belongs to them.
Well, that's a right noble thing to be doing. And you're all just traipsing about with the help of your wee friend over there. And he points towards Clapperclaw, you know. Like, he can't see him, but, you know, he can hear Clapperclaw and gets the idea that he's there.
Yep, and Clapperclaw has been helping a lot. We hope to help Clapperclaw in return as well.
Oh, that's lovely. What is it that you're missing, little friend? And Clapperclaw is like, he took my head. Oh, if that's all, could make you a new one. No, I rather partial to the one that I had. If it means all the same to you. Alright, well, you know where's to find me. If you change your mind. Alright, if I change my mind. That's a good lad. So, you needn't to get to Loomlurch then. I can help you out, I certainly can.
Um, that would be great, but I a little bit of curiosity's been kind of itching at my noggin, and it's not Wilbur this time. I know that was you last time, poke at me. So we've been seeing some wanted signs of a Will of the Feywild. That sound familiar to you? Is it someone we need to watch out for, or someone that could probably help us?
A bit of both, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
A bit of both. Will's a good lad. He helps. He helps the children that are trapped there. I've been to Loomlurch before. Place is a bit dreadful. I visited the Goblin Candy Market there, Granny's Nightshade Parlour, and of course the workshop. Granny Nightshade, many children toil away in Granny Nightshade's workshop. There they are, crafting toys. Granny delivers the creepiest toys to children on other worlds to fill their heads with nightmares. One should assume that anyway. The hag makes her deliveries on the back of a flying and rocking horse. And she's obsessed with capturing Will of the Feywild. all because he helped a handful of younger children escape from Loomlurch. Will of the Feywild's motley group of rascals, they're known as the Getaway Gang. The gang is protected by a treant named Little Oak. I can't leave my cave, but I can point you towards the direction of Little Oak's favourite glade.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. That was a lot of. I was not expecting a lot of that helpful information.
Well,
Ooh.
to be perfectly honest with you, I'm no friend of Granny Nightshade. I'll give you one more piece of information should you come across her. She's got a key on her back, protruding out of her back. Look at it. Key, like a key, like a wind up sort of thing.
Oh,
A key.
I got you. Like a doll. Okay, that makes sense.
Correct, like a doll. Right, like that. Now, you keep a keen eye out if you see it, because that key will indicate her mood. The faster it turns, the happier she is. If she's upset or angry, it turns slowly. If she loses her temper, it stops completely. So, again, if it's turning fast, she's happy. If it's slow, she's upset. And if she loses her top, it stops.
Ooh. Yeah, good to know.
So, I surely hope that helps you. Because I personally see no love lost if the old hag finds her way out of this world.
No doubt that many would feel the same.
No doubt indeed. So, let me point you to the way of Little Oak. And he can't leave the cave, but he gets as close to the edge of it as he can, and he points off in the distance. Now, go straight that way. You'll see a place called the Wayward Pool. Go past the Wayward Pool, continuing straight on as you go north, and you'll come upon a glade. It'll open up for you. That glade where you'll find your friend Little Oak. Well, yet to be seen if he's your friend, but that's where you'll find him. And he points off in the distance up here. Mind the fairy rings, the toadstool rings, if you see them. Some aren't what they're supposed to be, and others are just fine. Okay?
Yes.
So, once again, pinging on the map where he's pointing towards. Should be pretty apparent. I mean, it's a.
I see him.
All right.
And finish my card again and Sir Turnip, are you going to be making a meal?
Well, that was certainly my plan. I'm right in the midst of it.
Okay, good.
If I'm in a hurry, I'll actually also drop my unseen servant, and I'll just like all of my like cooking utensils will start like flying around, helping me out.
Excellent.
Well, I
You
still
said
need to
about-
go get a duck, right?
Give me a survival check.
I'm there to help as well.
Give me a survival check with advantage.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
22.
Hey! All right.
There it is.
It takes you a bit of time. You are not able to find any waterfowl
unfortunately. However, you are able to find, as we like to say, from the original release in the early 2000s, a brace of coney, also known as ribbits.
Frogs?
Rabbits.
I was just thinking, Wilbur, no.
Oh, yeah.
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Okay. It's like, oh no.
Wilbur just sweating profusely as dinner's being cooked.
He cover his eyes.
Put
The
the
other ones are
cloak
just
on tighter.
the other frogs are just looking at him from the pot like, why, man? Why?
Oh
You could help us, but you won't.
You sit atop your throne and look at us cooking.
You monster.
no! 3-foot tall throne.
How many
Oh,
rabbits?
let's say a brace, about 4.
Okay.
A brace of conies. You quickly clean them and strip them down, and you're ready to cook them. You roast them over a spit. Give me a tool check using your kitchen tool stuff there, Mr. Otheon,
All
Mr.
right.
Sir Hickory Turnip.
Oops.
You know
wrong
what?
thing.
I'll try and help Otheon. Or
Okay.
Hickory.
By making mayonnaise.
No,
Sorry.
actually helping.
Okay.
Hey, they'll be really juicy with that mayonnaise.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you really want to
Butter?
make something, instead of coating it with butter, literally use mayonnaise as your coating for it.
Binder.
Not even your binder. Like, you know how, like, to get chicken breast really good and juicy, you like coat the whole entire thing in butter.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, use mayonnaise. Also, if you're making a grilled cheese, instead of buttering it, use mayonnaise.
Interesting.
Yep.
I feel like that was
All
a
right.
shudder for both Fanny and Given.
I will tell you, given it does not taste like mayonnaise is on the sandwich.
Honestly, the taste is fine. It's the appearance.
Oh, you don't notice it whenever you grill it.
Okay.
Like when you make a grilled cheese. I mean, yes, it's gonna have it on the outside of it, but whenever you cook it, it
Yeah,
browns out.
as
It
long as it
goldens
goes
out
away. Because
really
I'll
good.
have it on sandwiches. I like to have it on sandwiches, but it's got to be so thin I don't see it. If I see it, go on my brain. Blech.
All right. So that cook check was 21.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you do a great job of making that food.
my gosh.
Like every one of you are like, holy smokes, this is the best thing ever. All right. And with a meal had, you set off on your way.
Yeah, and I throw a cardigan at him. Here you go.
Yeah.
Be warm.
It like wraps around his face. He's like, what?
A cardigan.
The backyard again. So I don't even like television. All right.
A
So
backyard again. Diddle 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 do.
you throw a piece of clothing at it,
Eh.
and you guys set off on your way.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Does anyone
I
remember
need
where he pointed? Because ooh,
because you don't recall.
no.
All right. Your guide through this is Clapperclaw, and Clapperclaw is like, I remember which way he said to go. I'll show you. And Clapperclaw, the melancholy little robot, starts guiding you all along. As you are going along, I need somebody to roll a d8 for me.
Nose goes.
Who hasn't gone yet? There we go.
Okay. Give me 1 second here.
Can I say that while the cooking was done, I was attuning to the cloak?
Yes. I'm going to say that while you guys were eating, you took a short rest. Restore anything that you may have used in that short rest time, and you can all attune to the items that need to be attuned to before you set off along your way. Nib's Cave is like one of my favorite little points in the whole thing. 3. Perfect. All right. As you're moving along, you are traveling probably for some time. The better part of an hour. You can see ahead of you, um, like a half circle mountain range in the distance, with some water up on the edge of it, like the wayward pool. Like you're not to it, but you come to a small break in the woods, and a centaur. His hair and fur have gone gray. You can see the remnants of speckles that used to dapple his hair and mane have now faded a little bit. And he approaches, stands proud, crosses his arms. You can see there is a bow and arrow slung on his side. He stands and looks at you. His eyes aren't roomy, but you can see that they're not what they used to be. He clearly is quite aged. He stops and looks at all of you and speaks in common. Not a haughty tone, but one of concern. This realm is fading, friend. You should return to your own world before Prismia disappears entirely. My fellow clanmates galloped away to safety before the mists enveloped Prismir. But these old bones, they don't travel like they used to. I'm not sure what's causing the impending destruction, but if I were you, I would skedaddle back to where you came, friends.
Well, as nice as that would be, we're on a quest of sorts.
What sort of?
And we don't give in to fear easily.
Oh, that's good for you. What sort of quest are you on, my friend?
We're each searching for something we've lost here. Yes. Yes. You mentioned all your friends are gone away, they left?
Yes, my clanmates, they left out before whatever this doom is can get to them. And like I said, I would have kept up. Kind of gives you a half grin and tips his head. You know, like I said, these old bones, they don't travel like they once did.
I get that. I understand that.
Well,
But
listen, you seem like good folk. If you aim to stay around, I suggest you go seek the unicorn that's found in the wayward pool. Could be that she might be able to help you. She's mind her now. She got troubles of her own.
I've always wanted to see a unicorn. Hurley's heard tons of tales about them. Fabulous creatures.
Yeah,
Majestic.
well, maybe you play your cards right and mind your P's and Q's. You might be able to get to see one today.
Can they take your P's and Q's away?
No, no, just
Because that's a weird power.
just be polite.
They're very powerful.
All right, be polite, and they won't take your letters. Got it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay.
Would that mean you're just Ursival?
Ursival?
No, the
Oh,
ghost.
that would
Looking
be
at the
terrible.
goat?
He would be Sir Hickory Turnip.
Is this wonderful unicorn nearby?
Not far at all. And he points you in the direction of the Wayward Pool, which isn't far from where you are.
We have to go there anyway.
Well, you had to go past it, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in that direction.
Ooh.
Before we
you.
go, what's your name, friend?
Oh, my name is Winterbow.
Turbo.
Maybe you should visit our new friend Nibs. He might have something to help you.
Oh yeah, Nibs is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Nibs. He's a good soul. I don't think he has anything for me though.
Aw. Well, it was nice to meet you.
You as well. If you find yourself in need of any further assistance, the unicorn there, she should be able to help you out in a meaningful way. Set you right upon your path.
Right?
Anyways, good luck and in your endeavors. And I would say again, I know you're not going to hear me or listen to me, but this place, well, it's not long for much. Would be that you would probably best be served by finding your way back to where it was you came.
I mean, the Feywild's always a bit fluid.
No, this is different. And he kind of points around, and you can see off in the distance the mist. He's like, it wasn't like this. Something else happened. Well, I'm going to see if I can't find my clan. You travel safe.
You as well. Thank you,
Thanks for the
Winterbow.
You're welcome.
Thanks for talking to us.
Take care of yourselves. And he makes his way off into the distance, into the woods. Into the woods. All right. Sure enough, you cross over a stream or a river, actually. It's shallow at a point enough where you can get to it. You find yourself making your way into this area. Mist drifts over the surface of a small lake. Forested crags line the shore on one side of the lake, and mossy rocks protrude from the shallows. Near the center of the lake is a rocky islet.
I think this. So a unicorn is here.
I certainly hope so.
Well, what Winterbow had to say about them is very true. Make sure you stay polite and courteous, or they will just leave.
Of course. Of course. You know, I've always wanted to meet a unicorn. That's wow. Since I was a little girl. I'm so excited. So how do we find her?
Well,
Hmm.
as you're looking out, you're not quite to the shoreline yet. You can see it through the forest, but you haven't quite made it to the shoreline. And as you start to get closer, it seems to be that your path seems to wind, and you take a moment and pause and look, and you're no closer than what you were. You try again, walking a few feet, you look up and you seem to be further to the left of where you were, but no closer.
Well then. This here is some strangeness.
It's
You haven't
probably
unlocked this territory yet. You have to either download the DLC or level up.
It's all shaded out.
It's all like, level locked. It's level gated.
It's
Invisible
probably
wall. Why?
some sort of
Back level
magic.
5.
Well, you do know
Shot in the
where
dark, I guess. Is this kind of phenomena in any way familiar to Noodle?
Ooh.
Yes. It's
Ooh.
slightly familiar. Um, you know that certain creatures or certain features of land are protected by a creature whenever it claims it as part of its domain.
Okay.
Now, you yourself have never experienced this, but it's one of those things where oh yeah, I
Aware
recall
of
this.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, sometimes in the Fae, creatures have an ability to protect areas that they inhabit. Maybe we need to ask for permission before we
Makes
can get
sense.
any closer?
Oh, that would make sense. Um,
Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Unicorn. We just like to talk to you. May we come into your forest?
There seems to be no response.
Do you think it heard me? It might not have heard me.
Yep, try it louder. That's clearly what needs to happen here.
um,
I have an
go.
idea. And I am just going to pull out my instrument and try and see if the music will carry enough to garner some interest.
You gonna pull out your horn and play with it?
Yeah, right here with everybody.
Right here in front of everybody, you sicko. All right, give me a performance check. How good are you at playing your horn?
That is with a +4, a 16.
Mhm.
That's a 12 plus 4.
It actually is impressive. And you wait, and it seems to garner no response.
Eh,
Can
it
I
was
look
worth a try.
around? Can I look around to see if maybe there's a sneaky, maybe movement into
You
bushes?
started like two different sentences there. A sneaky but movement in the woods.
Yeah, like if there's like a sneaky horse in the
A sneaky horse in the woods. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. A sneaky horse in the woods.
Listen
No,
up.
that's just Juniper.
Listen up. Already movements in the bushes, Russell. I don't know. That's not us.
This right here. That gif. Both of those, fantastic.
Amazing.
Um, give me a perception check.
Wait. Nope. Nope. 10.
No, you don't see any creeper crawler horses in the woods.
Creepy.
Creeper horses in the woods with trench coats on, walking around on their hind legs.
You never know.
You know,
It was worth a shot. Maybe she's.
this right here.
Maybe they're not here. Maybe they're not home.
Well, maybe we need to find something elsewhere that would provide us entry.
I mean, but every time we walk forward, it just seems like it spits us out in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Should we try walking backward?
There you go. Try it.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And he'll try to like walk backwards a ways.
And we never see him again.
Like, are you looking at the lake in the distance and walking backwards away from it? Or are you turning your back to it and then walking backwards, like towards it?
I will face the lake and walk backwards.
You get a little bit further away from the lake.
I don't think it's working.
No kidding.
Here, I'm going to try coming back. And I'm going to turn my back around, so now I back away from it, and then I'm going to walk backwards towards the lake.
You walk backwards towards the lake, and you look at your friends, and it looks like he walked backwards for a moment, but then he seems to be right where he's at. So it looks like he was marching in place backwards for a moment.
Yep, nope. I don't know.
Shoot.
I think we might be relying on you for this one, Fanny. I mean, you are the smart one.
What?
Well, we might have
Old
to.
and wise.
We might have to go around for now.
We're like senile. Around. Okay,
If
instead of towards.
the being here doesn't want us to enter without permission, we probably won't be able to move within its space. Some things in the Fae really value their privacy.
Or for caution. I mean, you heard the owl bear. There's something flying around that's very dangerous, and it could be really for protection, maybe, not just privacy. Hmm. If that's the case, if it was maybe try to make it seem like we're not a threat, like it.
Just put me
If
in
this
the
was
front.
your territory, would you be watching over it constantly? Needing this protection?
Well, I've never seen it in person until now, but usually it's more of it covers the area, at least what I've been told.
Hmm.
If we need someone non-threatening, maybe put me in the front. I don't look scary.
This
Mm,
is true.
mm.
I mean, he's the most honest fellow I know.
No,
Well, it seems like it turned every one of us around.
that's true. That is true.
So we all don't look the part?
Mm-hmm.
I
I
guess
don't
I am
know, but
intimidating.
I mean,
Absolutely, you are.
I mean,
I
Winterbow.
immediately start shaking my head no.
No, not at all.
Winterbow.
Maybe I am intimidating, and you just hear, "Ooh, no."
Mm, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Pats on head. Winterbow said we should seek Little Oak.
Oh, yes, Little Oak. Yes, 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 yes. The treant.
Maybe we could
Sounds wise.
try finding them.
Yes. Ooh, that's some good
Well,
dinner.
my
Turn
goodness,
up. Ooh. All this walking is kicking
that
up
was
my
just
acid
Wilbur.
reflux.
That was just Wilbur.
Man,
I'm glad
Wilbur,
you enjoyed it.
say you don't spray it. You know, we can always, backpedal to here. Because I feel like we're going around in circles, literally.
How tall is the tree line here?
Pretty tall.
Um, if we want a bird's eye view, I still have the item from the carnival. Could fly up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
Be careful not to get snatched.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
that's true.
The
Oh.
giant
Oh.
bat-winged.
We don't. We don't want you getting whisked away.
That's very true. Maybe, maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
It's a very good idea. Just
It was
be
a
careful.
very good idea.
I'm trying to find I don't know if the item is still in my inventory tab. Just because I mean, I can give it a shot and hope that um you guys have some good aim if something does show up out of nowhere.
Oh, if something is to hurt you, Senny, I'll kick their behind.
Thank you, Fanny.
Into their esophagus.
Yes. Their shins will be mine.
If I remember,
In the
sorry,
esophaguses.
the
Yes,
esophagus. If I remember correctly, the item was it gave me butterfly wings and let me fly for an hour before it
Yes.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Um
was your monarch,
yes.
the Witchlight monarchy.
I just couldn't remember if it was like what the item was that it was given to me, if it was like a little scepter or something like that. or a but
No,
or
it's just the title
oh
bestowed upon you, which gave you that charm.
oh okay, yes, okay, perfect. I guess I will give it a shot.
Scream if you see anything.
All right, so you're flying straight up.
Yes.
Okay, you fly up and you break through the tree line and you can see the lake, the wayward pool, this pool of water out in front of you. You're still a distance away from it, but you can see it. Are you flying towards it?
Um. Well, I guess that's another thing I would have talked with everyone about. Should I go towards it or should I just wait?
The only one that's gonna have a good sense of it is you. Do what your guts tells you.
All right. Then yes. I'll
Poop myself and fall.
I will
Sorry.
I would like to stay kind of like closer to the tree line if I could. Like just above it. If something comes flying at me, hopefully I can kind of dodge back into the trees. But
Okay.
if it needs me to be up higher, I will go up higher.
Okay. You are flying up, and you're flying towards it, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you start to fly towards it, for some reason, you look and you're actually like veering off away from it. And you right yourself, and for some reason, like you buffeted back the other direction, and you're veering away from it again. And you do this a few times, and it's just no matter what you try to do, you seem to be veering away from it.
Okay.
So you cannot get any closer than what you are.
Okay. And then I know we were talking about finding a tree, and is there a chance that I could see a tree that is moving?
That is vent.
You do see the you don't see a tree moving, but
Yeah.
you see the area that they mentioned before,
Okay.
like the glade that you were looking for.
Okay. Well, I can at least point us in the direction of that. Just noticed on the map the flying thing. Okay, I'm gonna I'll go back to the group and just land amongst or around them.
Say that again.
I'll go back to the group
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just land back down around amongst them, amongst that sort.
Among your friends.
Yeah.
Among us.
Among us.
All right, so you land on the ground and you
Perfect.
tell your friends, hey, no matter what I tried to do, I just could not seem to get
Get
into that
close.
area.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Even from above, it's like a shattered dome of magic. A dim dome.
Seems like something is keeping out of there.
Seems we are just not welcome yet. Perhaps we should move on to other things. I did see the clearing in which was also described.
Oh, great. Well, that means we're on the right track, at least. We are on the way. You didn't see anything flying up there, Anything big, scary, batwing, killer claws?
No, I won't lie to you. I didn't try to look for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. That means it's not hanging around in the air waiting for the first opportunity to snatch you up.
Benny, please.
Oh. Nom, 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 nom.
You're gonna give me nightmares with that.
Oh, sorry, dear. Don't worry about it.
Nom, 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 nom.
If we stay in these woods, they'll never get us. They can't see us.
Stay in these woods.
In these woods.
In these woods.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So, my friends, where to?
I guess towards the clearing then?
Yes.
All right. You
Little oak.
set off on your way. Once again, you find yourself traipsing through the woods. It's actually very relaxing. It's a beautiful place. You come to find yourself relaxing as you're moving along. And eventually, before you know it, you see an area ahead of you that seems to open up. Up ahead, you see a small group of children that frolic around a leafy oak tree, their gleeful yelps carrying through the forest. Painted swings dangle from the tree branches, nestled in its crown is a ramshackle treehouse. As you approach, they suddenly stop, and all of them scamper up ladders, grabbing ropes and swinging around the tree and scrambling out. And as soon as you saw them, as soon as you set foot on that opening, they all just immediately ran up to the tree and they were gone in a flash. And you hear all of a sudden on one of the branches high above you, you see a boy that you've seen a couple of times now, although the drawing doesn't do him justice to see in person. He stands proud, his chest puffed up over his vest as he looks at all of you and says, "Stand down or face merry hell." And you watch as the tree, like almost like kind of a cross between like a flex and like a kung fu, like a karate fighting stance. The tree braces itself as they're all ready.
I don't want to sit down.
No, stand down. It means like put your weapons on the ground or something. Stand down or face Mary. It doesn't have the ring whenever you have to say it twice. It's just not as imposing. Ah,
I'm
you've ruined it.
I'm not even holding my weapon.
You don't. He throws his hands up in frustration. Fine. You don't get it. I
I'm
take it you're not here to
intimidated.
fight.
Who says we're fighting?
Don't you work with Scabatha? Didn't you come to find me and take me to her? You'll not take me alive, though.
What? What?
You see a you see a dwarf, his first little whiskers starting to sprout on his face. It's like patchy and it's like starting to really start, like just starting to grow in. He says you'll never take him alive. And then he pokes his head back down.
Oh, thank you, Sonny. There we go. You need to speak up like your friend. I got bad ears.
You see another figure that rises up from one of the limbs. Her like greenish bluish skin, small tusks just pointing up from her bottom lip. Her hair a mess that's just matted and all over the place, and she stands and she pounds her chest. You'll have to go through all of us.
I mean, I think we'll be fine speaking to all of you if you want. I mean, if you all want to be included, feel free to do so. It doesn't have to be. Will?
We don't have any interest in being hostile.
No, that's not our intent at all.
Will holds up his hand and says, you're not here to take me back to Granny?
Heavens, no. Is
We
that
just
the
got
hag?
here.
We don't like that lady either.
Yeah,
How
who
do I
does?
know you're telling the truth?
I put my hands on my hip and do a little stance and just kind of stir face. Sonny, who hurt you? Are you okay?
No. She forced these kids to work in her shop, and I rescued them. And I'll die defending them to make sure they never go back.
If it helps, we were sent here by Winterbow.
Technically, you were sent here by Nib.
And Nibs.
Nibs, sorry, but Winterbow
Nibs.
pointed us in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Winterbow, but I do know Nib. And if Nib would vouch for you, well, I guess you're okay. All right, we can put away the weapons. They're not going to hurt anybody. You kind of hear him. You hear him. Well, and you see the ginger, like this ginger-haired elf. She goes, "Well, we don't have any weapons, remember?" Yeah, but you don't have to say that out loud. I mean, you have weapons, but like we don't have any weapons. Okay, right, but you're missing the point. You don't say that out loud. I don't think they're gonna hurt us, Will. But still, you shouldn't say what we have and don't have in our inventory, in our repertoire, in our armory. Okay, pal. And she just kind of like rolls her eyes at him. The tree sort of eases itself down, and you see Will kind of like come down and like swing around on this rope and like slide to a landing in front of all of you. He does a little bow, and he's a spindly, around 11-year-old boy, you would assume. Um,
Hey, do a little
he
curtsy.
bows and stands. I am Will of the Feywild, defender of the defenseless, and thorn and Scabatha Granny Nightshade's side. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And this, and he like motions to everybody, is the Getaway Gang. Welcome to our clubhouse. And it's a you see like clambering down out of the tree, and it falls and like rolls on the dirt. It doesn't fall far, but it sort of like falls for a second. It gets up and like teeters to one side and then back. Is a cat. It's a kitten. And at first you're thinking, oh, and then you recognize that it doesn't have 4 arms. It has 6 legs. And you see out of its back 2 long tentacles with these little suction pads and spikes on the back of them. It's a
Hello.
little kitten displacer beast.
Oh. I try to bend down to see if it will come to me.
It doesn't. It just kind of and like stumbles towards you.
Oh.
It kind of like bounds through the leaves. Something attracts its attention. And it tries to jump at it, and then it like looks at you again and sits down on its haunches and starts looking at its, cleaning itself.
I pull out one of my little daggers that has a ribbon on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to see if it will chase the ribbon.
It spots it and it rolls over and it wiggles its butt and then pounces towards it as it tries to grab it.
I will be here all night. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, this is how we've lost Willerin. Good night, everyone.
I will be here for the rest of the night playing with the Displacer Kitten. Thank you.
Whatever
Yeah,
happened to
fair enough.
Willerin? They found a cat.
Oh my god, kittens.
Just so you guys know, I've shared with you a new piece of artwork. It is the wanted poster.
Oh.
I am locating the art for the cat, but it's going to take me a second.
Oh, I thought it said special order, but special offer. I
Hard
forgot it
save.
was special.
Oh, here it is.
Special order.
Show to players. Everyone now has a picture of a
Oh my
displacer beast kitten in their
Oh, lordy.
inventory.
Oh.
Look at it, Chubby. Look at his rolls.
So
So
fierce, so
sweet.
cute.
So many
There
beans.
you go. I like the fact that you can show it to everybody who's watching the stream. There you go.
Like
Everybody now wants a displacer beast kitten.
the beans.
As it
Displacer
just
beans.
And it is-
Oh.
Prepared it.
Well, if Star likes you, I guess you can't be all that bad.
A lovely name, Star.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Did
was
you?
this another one of the that maybe a kid that Granny Nightshade had? Did you rescue this one as well?
No, this one found me.
Oh,
Not sure how it got here, but it seemed all alone and, well, I mean, look at it. You can't leave something like that out there in the world, in the wild. Who knows what might happen to it?
That was a
Well,
very
why don't
good
you guys? Yeah. Well, why don't you guys come on up to the clubhouse? We'll show you around, give you the tour. And he like lowers ropes and things like that, and you guys scramble up. The floor of the treehouse is covered with blankets, cushions, and piles of straw. Hanging from the 6-foot high ceiling by a rope is the basket that holds apples, berries, sugar cane, and a few crumpled up sheets of parchment. In one corner, lying on a cushion, is a rusty oil can that looks out of place. Heaped in another corner is a crude unicorn costume made of polka dot quilts and a wooden horse's head that has a wooden horn attached to it.
I guess I have to bend my head down.
Yeah, it's short in here. And you are a biggin.
So, welcome to the Getaway Gang Hideout. If you're not here to capture me, then I take it you're here to stop Scabatha. Or Granny, as they call her. Ugh, disgusting name.
terrible excuse of a granny.
You seem like a much better one.
Oh, shoot. Hey, you want a strawberry candy?
Oh, please.
And all of a sudden, you see the other three, like, pop their heads up.
You say strawberry candy.
Yeah, there you guys are. Hey, I wondered where you scampered off to. Here you go. Yeah, I got tons of these.
And
Yeah,
as
take
you
them,
all,
please, take them.
and as you come to hand out Werther's and strawberry candy with your new friends hanging around, this is what we're going to call it for the evening.
Also,
Welcome
it's
to
very
Thither.
obvious that I want one as well, but I'm not gonna ask for it.
Like you're staring him down as he's staring her down as she's
Just
handing them out.
staring at all the candies real hard, but refuses to say anything about it.
By the way,
Thanks.
the orc girl, um, the orc girl that's there, you see her like standing next to you, Sticks, and she's doing that thing where she puts her hands underneath her biceps and like pushes them forward so they look a little bigger. And she just looks at you and gives you the upward nod. She's probably like 9, so she's tiny, but like for an orc, but she looks like she's tough, like standing next to you. Like,
Oh.
So cute. Impressive. And I'll
Thanks.
try to smile.
Try.
The male dwarf is sitting on the ground. He has his feet out in front of him, and you can see that the boots, like the little boots he has, one they're a little too big, and the other thing is that there's a hole in the toe of one of them, and so every once in a while you see his big toe like show up through the boot.
That's cute. And a little sad.
All right. And
Oh.
as you get acclimated with your new friends,
Really quick before we run away, would mending fix his boot?
Mhm.
I'll make a note of it to remember for next time.
All right. All right. And as we gather around with your new friends, with new possibilities and information that is yet to come, that is where we're going to draw this evening to a close. Until next week. I want to thank all of my players and everybody who came out to watch this evening. It is fantastic to have all of you. We've had a lot of fun. I know I have. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night to watch Remnant Shadows. And then on Wednesday, we have False Skull Knights. Come in and say hello to everybody. Check out what they've got going on. If you want to keep track of our players on here, they are usually appearing in other games. I know for a fact that, come on, Fanny is on Wednesday nights, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Wednesday.
I know you can see whenever they start the game up again. Thursday nights, our friend Noodle Otter can be found playing on Thursdays. What other games do we have you guys in?
And so can you find Willerin?
Yes, Willerin on Thursdays as well. Otheon is usually found playing in other channels. The traitor.
Yep.
Kidding.
This is my first time.
Kidding.
I'm like
I'm
host
kidding.
trader, okay?
One of us.
Actually, you betrayed them to come play with us.
I commandeered
Uh,
Otheon.
There you go. That's what we like to say, commandeered. And our good friend Jay is actually a very talented musician. Go check
Oh,
him
yeah.
out. You can find him under Post Your Links Places, guys, so that way they can find you if they want to follow you around the world.
Oh, thank you.
But look for can I give the name? Are you cool with that? Because I only know you by your
Yeah.
name on places. I know you're on TikTok as the Modern Bard.
Yeah. And I'm right here on Twitch too, just as Bryce J. Rogers Music.
Excellent. Until next time, my friends, take care of yourselves, love one another, and we will see you all next Monday. Don't forget, we're going to try to raid somebody, and stick around for that. In the meantime, take care, everyone. Have a great night.
Night all.